Hello. I was journaling once again and something came to mind. I have my computer in front of me here, as you can see. This came to mind and I was talking to a student of mine the other day and she was like, Gloria, let's just see if this works out. Let's just see if this works out. UGC, if content creation works out for me, I will quit college. And I'm like, that's the wrong mindset. And I wrote all my thoughts down. And if you're kind of on the edge, right? If this works out, right? Or you're teetering between two things and you're wondering, hey, like, I truly want this, but I want to fall back upon my safety net if like the thing I want to do doesn't work out. This is what I have to say. This is what I have to tell you. There are two types of women. The first one says, let's see if this works out. The second one says, I will die trying. I will die trying. Only one of them makes it. And I need you to be honest with yourself right now. Which one are you? Because most women start things with one foot out the door and one foot in the door. They don't even realize that they're doing it. It's subconscious. But it's there. The backup plan, the exit strategy, the little voice in back of their head saying, if it doesn't work, I can always go back to what I was doing before. You start the business, but you keep the job just in case. You go all in on your UGC business, or you go all in on your online business, and you stay in college anyway, because you're like, what if it doesn't work, right? You say you want to change your life and start that business, but you don't tell anybody because what if you fail? And you set goals, but you use soft language. I'm thinking about it. I might try. We'll see. You never say it with your freaking chest. Because here's what you've learned. If you don't fully commit, you can't fully fail. If you leave yourself an out, it won't hurt as bad when things get hard. You can just shrug and say, it wasn't meant to be, and walk away without ever having to admit that you gave up. Easy. Your mind and your subconscious wants you to feel safe. And you get in that fight or flight mode in your tummy, right? In your tummy and in your body when you set a goal. And you say you're going to do it, but you don't have an out. But what if that exact out that you're giving yourself every time you set a goal is what's causing you to fail every time? It's causing you to set the same goal every time because you keep failing it the first time. How has that been working for you? How many things have you abandoned, not because they weren't working, but because they got uncomfortable? How many dreams have you let die because they were impossible? Right? They felt impossible. Not that they were, but because you didn't have the identity of someone who stays when it burns. You keep waiting for it to feel easy, for the fear to go away, for some sign of the universe that's telling you it's going to work out before you go for it fully. But that's not how it works. The sign doesn't come before the commitment. The clarity doesn't come before the action. You don't get proof that it's going to work out while you're still standing on the sidelines. You get proof after you jump. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. The if this works out mentality, it's not you being smart. It's not you being realistic. It's not even you protecting yourself. It's self-sabotage in disguise. Because when you leave the door open for quitting, your brain takes that as permission. The moment things get hard, and they will get hard, your brain will point out that exit and say, see, you don't have to do this. You gave yourself a way out. Just take it. And you will. You'll take it every single time because you told yourself from the beginning that failure was an option. You literally told yourself by saying there's a plan B. Hey, I'm going to fall back on college if it doesn't work. That you're okay with failing. Because someone that's truly going to win and do everything in their power to win, and someone that's truly obsessed with their goals, they'll hit them because they give themselves no other option to not. And you will, right? You'll take it every time because you told yourself from the beginning that failure was an option. But what if it wasn't? What if you burned the backup plan? What if you stopped giving yourself an out? What if you truly decided that this is happening no matter what? Something shifts when you do that. Your brain stops looking for excuses and starts looking for solutions. You stop negotiating with yourself and start showing up like your life depends upon it. You stop asking, what if this doesn't work? And start asking, what do I need to do? How do I need to think? What do I need to ask myself? What questions do I need answered to make sure it does? So that's the difference. The women who win are not smarter than you. They're not more talented, and they didn't get lucky. They didn't have more resources or better timing. They just refused to leave the door open for quitting. They decided it was happening, period. And then they let their actions catch up to the decision. No plan B, no safety net, no soft language, just I'm doing this, watch me. Here's my question to you. Where would you go if you knew quitting wasn't an option? Where would you go if you knew that failure was not an option? What would your life look like if you stopped tiptoeing and started running full speed toward that thing that you actually wanted? Instead of 10 miles per hour, you went 100 miles per hour. The woman inside of you, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who stays when it burns, the one who looks for fear and looks it in the face and says, I'm doing this anyway. She's in there. You need to stop abandoning her. That's the difference between a winner and a loser. Most women go about their life and they say, hey, if this works out, hey, if I get this job, right? Or hey, if my business works out, I'll quit. Hey, if this happens, I'll do this. If this happens, I'll do this. What if you could actually create your own reality? Create what actually happens? What if you actually create the outcome that you wanted by putting every single bit of your soul and your heart directly inside of this goal, inside of this mission? Most women cower. They say, if this creator gig, right? Or if this business works out, I'll quit college. I'll tell my mom I'll quit college, right? Or I won't, get another job, or I'll quit my job. But what if quitting and what if going all in to your bigger goal is the thing that will propel you to win and to achieve your goal? This reminds me when I left my job at Walmart. I was there for a 90-day period. I worked at Walmart for months. And I was stagnant. I was building a business at the time, my creator business. I was stagnant. I was building, and I just wasn't making any money. I was going through the days. I was in a self-sabotage loop, talking to same people every day, right? Having the same boring conversations. Same fluorescent lights above my head. I had donuts for lunch on my lunch break. Very, very dull life back then. But I did have that steady income. And I had that mindset, if UGC works out, if my business works out, I'll quit. But I got to a breaking point in that position where I had to quit anyway. I quit anyway, and I'm like, I want to see where I go. I want to see where I bring this business. I want to see what I can do when I put my all in, when I have that fire underneath me, when I'm fighting that fire every single day. And that first month, 1 month after I quit, I made more money than I did at my job at Walmart. It's because I wasn't 1 foot in, 1 foot out again. I was both feet in, and I made it a non-negotiable to complete my goals. And that's the mentality we need as entrepreneurs. That's the mentality we need as women in life. That's the rock mentality that will bring you so far. Stop playing victim to yourself. Stop playing victim to half-ass goals you're setting for yourself. 2 feet in, or don't set the goal at all. Simple. And that's how you win. That's how you can have a transformation and a story that makes a ripple effect. Because you go through the hardships first. Simple. You go through the hardships first. This is your sign to go all in, put 2 feet in. I wish, my only regret was that I I didn't do it sooner. It's my only regret that I did not do it sooner. This is your sign to go all in.